Hello?
Are y'all there? Are y'all still there?
Who is it?
It's us. We're back.
Basically, adulting is back, bitches.
Dust off your little earbuds. Take the little spider webs off. We're back.
We have been gone for too long, and we're excited to start again. We've just had some life.
Life just snowballed in.
Yeah, and it came really hard. That's what she said. Sorry. We haven't been on since, for a couple of months.
Yeah.
A lot has happened within the couple of months, but don't necessarily want to bore you with the details. But I will start off with my positive and negative, just because it kind of has to do with
what we're going to talk about.
What we're talking about. But my positive is during these last 3 months not during the last 3 months, but within the last 3 months, I've actually moved into an apartment by myself, which is super exciting, as a 28-year-old grown woman.
Look at her. She's all grown up.
I'm all grown up. But my negative, unfortunately, is that Luisa's not living with me anymore, so we're not roommates. So that's my negative. I have a lot of other negatives that I could definitely dive into, but we'll talk about those on a later day because I have shit's hit the fan. Let me just say that.
Okay, prepare yourself for my positive and negative.
Oh God.
I couldn't really think of a positive at first, so
because life just sucked so bad.
I showered today.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
You didn't
shower?
I
did shower today.
Oh.
But that's not my only positive.
Oh, okay.
I got to see Erin today. Since moving out, it's been the worst, guys.
It has. I've missed you.
We just hugged. You guys can't see that.
Be jealous, guys.
Be jealous. I don't give out hugs.
I forced Luisa to hug me. She's said that, and she saw me coming in, and she was like, please.
I know,
no.
I kind of leaned away. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. You just have to embrace it,
Yeah. My negative is I'm tired of unpacking boxes in my personal life and my work life.
And in your head, and
in
just
my head,
in
just
general.
everything. I'm packing everything.
Dude, same. I feel like I've been unpacking, just a consistent, and it fucking sucks.
Cheers to that, man.
Yeah. And movers are overrated.
They
are helpful, but if you have a good group of friends, utilize them and don't pay for, I don't know.
Buy beer
And pizza.
Literally.
Your friends should just want to help you out because they're nice, and if they're not nice, then you should probably not be their friend.
Yeah.
So I made that mistake. So all my friends, just beware. Next time I move,
better see those hands up.
You are on my list of people to call.
Anyways, guys, we've moved, we've unpacked, we've packed, we've poured the glass, we're drinking the wine.
We got some ass. No, I'm just kidding. I was trying to think of some rhyming words, and that was the only one that popped in my head. So today, we were just thinking about, topics that we could talk about, and since we've kind of both been going through a lot just these past 3 months, we just wanted to just kind of touch on that a little bit, and just the importance of actually kind of making that decision to grow up. Luisa's one of the best people that I know, and I could live with her for the rest of my life. But, making that decision to move, even though it wasn't necessarily my decision, I think ended up being, or is going to be, hasn't quite set in yet. I'm still pretty lonely without you. But, eventually we will see that it was for the best, and we were able to grow from that decision that you made. Not necessarily that you made, but...
It wasn't it was a tough decision to make. It was...
Do you want to tell them why?
I do. My mother is having to go...
Maria. You guys have met her.
Y'all know her. Scary stories, all that fun stuff.
Luisa's eyebrow
stories. Yes. But, she is having to undergo double knee surgery. And so the question, I mean, I'm the one that was pretty much asked her, like, are you going to be okay during pretty much a year-long recovery process? And I just kind of knew she was going to need the help. We all know little brothers, not bashing him, but I mean, he can only do so much.
He's only so responsible.
Seriously.
For his own things.
So, her and I came to the decision of I was going to move back in, help her out while she undergoes her surgery and goes into recovery. And it was not an easy decision to make at all, because I loved just living with Erin, not living under my mother's roof, obviously. And it was tough. I remember telling Erin, because we were originally still talking about, like, moving to, like, a townhome or a house or something. And I had to be...
closer to our friends that we always hang out with.
Yes. And I had to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah.
And had to break many hearts.
But, I mean, in your defense, I think that you did do the right thing. And I think it is going to help you grow, you know, into your own person, while also being able to be there for your mom. And I just think that you obviously had to do the best thing for you, and that's kind of what I want to talk about in this episode, is just growing up and doing life. I think that we focus so much on what other people are expecting of us and pleasing other people. And I struggle with this so much, just within my own, you know, personal friend group, people at work, people, you know, I mean, just always wanting to say the right thing, being accepted. I just think it's a natural human thing. And as we grow up, and I've really struggled with this, just like being, you know, living on my own and like not necessarily having you as kind of like my crutch and like person to just like talk to, even though you are always there, like you're not physically here.
Yeah, I'm a phone call away.
I know. But I think that realizing that you're not in this life for anybody but yourself.
Yeah. And
you have to do whatever the hell is going to make you happy, whether it affects other people or not.
Yeah.
You know? And that's something that I think is really like a hard lesson to learn, and it's like, because you still want to be that.
It's having to grow up, as you said, and make those tough decisions.
Yeah, and the really sacrifice decisions.
Yes.
I mean, living on my own, I mean, I could have also just moved. My mom would have loved to have me back. My dad would have loved to have me back. I'm like, hell to the no. I'm sorry, I love you, but... oh, sorry, Fiona. I love you.
Yeah.
But I have 2 little baby daughters, little children, kitties, that I have to think about too. And my dad's house is going through like renovation right now. My mom has a dog, and I'm like, that's just like too much stress.
Yeah.
So I mean, I ultimately have to make the sacrifice of like saving money and doing all of this stuff, while also, you know, losing my job and all this other shit that's happening literally a week before moving into my apartment.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Like, seriously. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of that, you know, life just fucking happens and you just have to deal with it, and it sucks.
Yeah. I think, and sometimes we're so used to, I think, in reality TV and in TV, and I think that's one positive maybe outcome I've at least seen with TikTok in this past year, because you have been able to see these normal people like you and me that have lost their jobs, lost their homes, whatever, and have had to make that tough decision or choice, whatever it may be, whether it's moving across the country or having to move back home. And I feel like those hard choices are not talked about as much as, oh, I'm going to have my dream job and my dream house and blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't talk about, oh, I'm going to have to sit down and not go to this trip or not,
And I think, too, that making those hard choices in the time of making them really seems like, damn, like, I'm really down on my luck. People, it just seems to, like, you just keep getting kicked while you're down. Yeah. And that's really hard. But I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. It has to. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like, what the fuck? Why are we here?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? If nothing makes sense, then what the fuck are we here for? Yeah. But I really think that, like, everything does really come full circle. And, I lost my job, but I also hated it. And I don't necessarily know if I would have ever taken that step to go and actually do something that I wanted to do because of that security and having that money for rent and being able to do that. And it's like, yeah, it sucks. I might not be able to, like, go out or, have to cook dinner every once in a while, heaven forbid, at home. But making those tough choices is ultimately going to be able to give me the opportunity to have a life that I would prefer to have anyways. Yeah. And being stuck in a job that I hated, like, literally I was furious the first day. And then the second day I'm like, okay, actually, like, thank you. Mm-hmm. It's your loss, but thank you.
Yeah. You did me a favor.
Yeah, like, you did me a favor. You're going to be the one suffering from your decision.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the goal of this conversation is to kind of just, like, I don't know, talk about the sorrows. And, like, this year has been really hard. And I think that on TikTok and everything, like, people do show, like, the fantasy life of social media. Just like, I mean, we've talked about social media in the past. Like, everyone puts their glam face on for social media.
They're the influencers. And then there are those, like, normal people you come across on the For You page. You're like, how did I end up here?
How did I end up here? Why can I not do that? Like, I just never, like, we got to figure it out. We
will figure it out.
Y'all stay tuned for our basically adulting TikTok page, because we have one.
We have plans.
And we just need to figure out kind of how to use it. So if anybody wants to teach us, then go for it.
Yeah, if you're a little young Gen Zer that knows how to edit and do all that shit, come.
I just need somebody to, like, just film it for us, because I'm not.
Yeah, we have not mastered how to film ourselves while also being in the video.
No.
At the same time. So if you know how to do that, we know how to record.
But, like, the edits and stuff, I mean, there's just a lot going on, and I love it, and I'm here for it. I just want to know how to do it.
Yes.
So, somebody help us, please. Email us.
Yes.
Your resume.
Please.
So, the ultimate, like, my goal for this little chit-chat is just to keep pushing. This year has been really hard. Like, keep your head up. Even if, like, changes are going on in your mind or in your life, you're going to get through it. It's inevitable. You're going to get through it. Time will heal. Lean on the people that you have in your life to support you, because that's how you're going to get through it.
Yeah. And, like, once you're down, you just think the only other... God, I hope I say this right.
Say it.
Like, once you're down, there's only up to go from.
Yeah.
There's only
one way
Up? You guys know the phrase.
There's only one way up. I think
and that is up.
It's you can only go up from here.
Yes, yeah. That's you can only go up from here.
Yeah, so I personally have been mentally struggling just because I have been like by myself, and I haven't been by myself in like 2 years. And so it's been a really hard like adjustment for me, just making sure that I am like not letting myself get to a place where I'm like, no, I'm not going to go. No, I'm not going to do this or do that or whatever, because it's very easy to just slip into that.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, I'll just like, I'm already alone. I might as well just be alone longer, you know? And it's hard to be, you know.
Being alone is hard, and I think it is one of like the biggest fears most people have.
Oh, for sure.
In general, just the fear of being obviously
being alone.
Yeah. And
or like abandoned or like left. Or
yeah.
Like
FOMO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop having fun without me. I want to be there.
Yeah. But come here. I don't want to leave.
But I don't want to leave. I just want to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really, it is a struggle, and I just think that's a part of growing up is like realizing, because I've lived on my own before. It's not like I've never done it and I'm like, whatever. But it's an adjustment period, and it's, you know, all of these things are going on right at the same time, and it's like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Like, I've got to figure it out, and it's like, but that's what life is. You just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah, the little train that could. Just keep on.
What'd you say?
The little train that could.
Oh, I was like, the country that would. I don't know. But yeah, you got to. Yeah. And you know what? We're probably going through the same shit you're going through, so if you want to talk about it,
please email us.
Email us, DM us. I would love to connect with y'all on a deeper level than just listening to our sob stories. Yes. And that's why I think kind of going forward, we're going to be incorporating our own lives and stuff, but we are going to pick and choose those tough topics to talk about that nobody really wants to talk about, and
those taboo topics.
Yeah, and just kind of let you guys know that people are going through the same stuff that y'all are going through. Like, if we're going through it,
someone you know probably is going through it. They're just not being vocal about it.
And I'm the worst at that. Like, I don't want anybody to know anything's wrong with me. I'm one of those people that I will hold in my emotions until I drink a bottle of wine or tequila or whatever it is, and I'll just be able, like, I just will not be able to stop and control my crying, because it's just like I've held it in, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like not anything new.
Oh, yeah, it's not new. It's not healthy.
It's not healthy. Oh, Jesus. It's not healthy. So if that's something you do, maybe we should work on it together.
Yes.
Because, I don't know. And I think, too, like, we haven't been doing the podcast, and I think this has been, like, a really good outlet for us.
Yeah.
Even though, like, who knows who's actually listening.
Yeah.
We're just talking to ourselves at this point. And
our moms.
I don't even think my mom's listened.
And Fernanda.
Fernanda. Sup, Fernanda. But really, like, I think that this is a great outlet just even for you and me. And, I mean, the goal is we have bigger goals for this, but if this is what it is, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. So, cheers to that.
Cheers. Okay.
So, that's what I have to say.
All right.
What other things did you want to talk about?
Well, I wrote down, we talked about moving, we talked about sacrifices.
South Africa?
I meant to say sacrifices.
Yes.
I think, I don't know. And I was going to talk about big girl choices, but I think that goes...
Big girl choices, yeah.
Yeah.
Just making the hard ones.
Making the hard ones. It's tough, guys. Someone that, like, battles mental health and sees a professional therapist. Well, obviously, Lisa, well, we would hope they're professionals. You know what I mean. Someone that sees a therapist weekly, it's hard. Like, I have to keep myself in check.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard because slipping into that, for me, it's not loneliness. It's like that comfort of my depression where it's like, oh, well, here I am. I'm not going to leave bed. And that's just how it is. And these past few months, my rut has been altered. You know, I'm back with my mom. And I think that's a topic we should talk about because I know a lot of you guys have had to move back with your parents. And it's like, I do not want to be at this age in my life,
Yeah.
living back under mom and dad's roof.
Yeah.
It's not fun, it's not exciting, but sometimes it's just what it's needed.
What you have to do.
And what you have to do.
Yeah.
To kind of just, okay, like, I'm going to regroup myself and I'm going to come out of this.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, mine was a choice I made, but still doesn't make it any easier. It was very difficult for me. My mom is luckily very open with me. I think it's the opposite. I'm very open with her. And, you know, she's like, oh, you know, I can leave the house one day and your friends can come over. And I'm like, Mom, no one's going to drive all the way out here.
When they all have their own apartment.
Yes. I live right by the bars, Mom.
That's
it's not
so
the
sweet
same.
of her, though. That's so sweet of her.
But, I mean, it's tough. It sucks. And my mom and I have been butting heads a little bit just because I've had this independence and, you know, I come as I go, the freedom. And my brother also lives there as well, and
that is a difficult thing.
That is
I have done that before, and it was with my dad and my brother, and we had never actually lived in the same house before because I was always with my mom, and so that was like a learning curve in itself. I love them.
It's hard.
I don't want to live with them.
Yeah, it's hard. My brother, I mean, typical. He's young. He's 21. He's into the whole stock market things, which you think I understood. No, I do not understand the stocks.
That's something else that's on my to-do list of things to learn.
You will have to meet with my brother because he's bought hundreds of dollars worth of Dogecoin, and he's doing all this shit like he knows. He's taking classes on it.
Does he know?
Yes.
He's making money on it?
Yes.
That's good. Good for him.
But I'm like, he tries to explain it to me. He had to show me like a little like PowerPoint video the other day because I didn't understand. I didn't understand what was going on. But as an older sister, I'm also, I guess, the third parent.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do mother him a lot, but it's because it's like, dude, I want you to do.
You have expectations,
Yes.
or like you have hopes and dreams for them, and it's like, man, if you would just do what I say, and it's like, wow, I just turned into my mom.
Serious? Oh my god.
Really, actually, my dad, because I'm the only child at my mom's house, so it's really like my dad's like, oh, if he would just listen to me, I swear, he would get life right, and it's like, but. You just have to learn and make mistakes. And like we were saying, like you have to make those hard choices and fall down and get back up and learn the lesson. And you can't just you have to live life, like I said, for yourself. And I mean, if you're taking everybody's advice, you're really not living and learning on your own.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Something... Ooh. I already mentioned this to Erin earlier, but I think this is a good thing to what we've talked about. My therapist left me on a cliffhanger my last session to really think about, and I've really been thinking about it, and maybe this is something that you need to listen to as well, whatever stage you are in your life, whatever you're struggling with. But ask yourself and really think about it, write it down, whatever. Are you living the happiest and healthiest you that you should be living?
Probably not.
I still don't have the answer. I know it's no, but
I feel like you could always be better. I mean, personally, in this point in my life, I can definitely, like, be better than what I've been doing.
Yeah. I know for me it's, I flat out know. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I hate where I work.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell my boss. But I absolutely hate corporate America and everything it stands for.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of stuck in, like, okay, if I leave this place, I kind of have to have...
Well, yeah, you need to have
You
a
know,
backup plan.
yeah. But
It's 10 times harder to leave because you hate it and not have a backup plan to focus on getting your backup plan and then leaving because you fucking want to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, bye, bitches. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Maybe don't do that because you don't want to burn bridges, but, you know,
yeah.
just having a plan is, like, the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But, like, in my situation, I didn't really get a chance to have
Yeah,
a
you
plan.
didn't.
But I was, like, in the works on some things already.
And it just kind of, like, catapulted you to just move things quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, that same day I was, like, going to get my LLC, going to do this, going to do that, going to do this. And I'm like, why didn't I just fucking do that, like, when I wanted to do it before?
Yeah.
It's like...
It's like, I think, like we just said, it's like that fear factor of, like, oh, I don't have any, and it's, actually, I saw a TikTok of this guy, he's like, you, like, quit your job, like, oh, God, it's like my own advice. I should listen to myself. But the guy is like, quit your job because that fear is going to propel you into
figuring it out
a lot faster, and you're going to be a lot happier because you don't have
that stress
of that workplace or whatever your situation may be. Just light that fire under your butt.
Yeah, and we're not telling you to go quit your job if you hate it, but maybe just, like, start thinking about what your plan B could be. What are your dreams? What are your hobbies? What would you rather do? And then actually start taking steps an hour or two a night when you get home from work. And I know how hard that is because when I would get home from work, I would be completely exhausted. Like, Luisa would have conversations with me and I don't even think I would say a word because I'm, like, so exhausted. She would just be telling me these stories, and I'm just over there, like, with my eyes, like, closed, and she's just keep on talking.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'd come home and she's already sleeping.
Oh, yeah. 6 o'clock, I'd be sleeping. Wouldn't wake up until 6 the next day. Yeah. And it's, like, so draining and emotionally exhausting, especially when you're working at a place that you absolutely, like, dread going to. I was actually starting to, like, physically get sick, whether it was in my mind or whatever, but, like, from the anxiety of having to go into the office.
Yeah.
Like, it would make my stomach hurt because I'm like, I don't want to deal with these people. I don't want to, you know, it's just too much.
Yeah.
And so, ultimately, it was a blessing. The timing fucking sucked. Just, I mean, there's a lot going on in my life already, and then that happened, and then I was moving, and then all of this other stuff, and it's like, man, when it rains, it fucking pours, and, I mean, the rainbow's coming out, like, I can see it on the other side, but it's just hard getting through that storm.
Yeah.
You just gotta learn to dance through it.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
I know. I just made it up.
That's so cute.
It just came to me.
So... yeah, guys, if you want to quit your job, like when you come home, we all sit on the couch or we lay in our bed and we put our comfort TV show on and just scroll through. Or you cry.
Sometimes I would. I'd be like, fuck this place.
Oh, yeah, that'd be the worst. There was one day I was just, like, so upset. I was crying in the parking garage of my building to my mom. And I'm just like, I hate it. And she's like... she's like, okay, honey, I'm gonna need you to call Fernanda, like, because in these times of need, sometimes we need our best friends. I was like, you just don't want to listen to me anymore.
You just hate me too, God.
But
nobody loves me.
I'm like turning up my sad playlist.
Yes, driver's license on repeat.
And other people are like driving by, like, oh my God, is that girl okay?
Sometimes I really think about that. I'm like crying, and then there's like a homeless person on the street. I'm like,
Yes.
man, okay, like let me just suck up my tears for a second. Like there's someone worse or someone out there that has it worse than me. And like sometimes life is funny like that, and you just need little reminders. Cause I was literally like just bawling one day in the car on coming home from work, or just a regular day.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember. And I saw this person out there, and it's just like, how can I be so upset about my life when somebody else is like going through something that's obviously 10 times harder than what is. I mean, also I don't know the situation, but assumingly so, it's probably going through a harder time than me.
Yeah.
So I also try to think about shit like that. It's like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And, like, just telling myself that shit doesn't always work, but sometimes you tell yourself that and tears still fall down.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not crying.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. But seriously, it's been a tough time. And I think that it's important for, like, us to talk about it, just because this is, like, really difficult for me, because I try not to talk about my issues and problems, and I just want to make sure that everybody else is cool and good and collected and having a good time. And it bites me in the fucking butt. So I'm going to try to be better, and if we keep doing this every week, I'll be good.
Free therapy right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here.
So, I don't know. I think that this was very therapeutic for myself. I apologize if nobody cares about what's going on in my life, but if you don't, then, you know, turn the volume down, because don't listen to us.
Skip ahead, maybe.
Skip ahead to the next episode, or just, like,
listen back to an old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's
this was kind of a sorrow episode.
But this is what we're here for, and what I mean, I think we're sounding like a broken record, but I know this is June now, but May was Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think that's something mental health is normalized a lot now, but I feel like it's still not talked about enough, especially mental health in the workplace. Mm-hmm. I feel mental health at home and, like, childhood trauma and all that shit, yes. Yeah. But I feel that we need to dive deep into mental health at work, because I think corporate America is being, not from my personal point of view, but I think just in general, some of these older workplaces are just run in an old school manner. Mm-hmm. Where back in the day, as the English say, they had a stiff upper lip. They didn't, you don't talk about it. If something happens, like, whatever it may be, and it's obviously, like, now, I think us as millennials, we're the ones that are kind of like having that quarter life crisis and taking that stand.
Well, it's like, excuse me, I'm a human being, and you don't treat human beings that way. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like the passive, like, it could be as simple as little as the passive aggressive comment where, like, I feel hurt, but we're also, like, so afraid to, like, I should not be afraid to ask for a sick day. No. But why, like, that does not get talked about enough. Like, we make jokes about it, but
especially if you're actually fucking sick, I think that COVID has been really good, because people are like, no, stay the fuck home. Like, we don't want you to get here.
Taking it
and you're
serious.
Like, okay, good. You're taking it seriously. But when I'm actually sick and don't feel good, and I don't want to come into work because I don't want to get you sick, and I feel anxiety towards it, that's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe that's something we can dive deeper into in another episode, but
For sure, let's do it. I'm fucking down.
We're here, you know. It's Pride Month, y'all. Woo!
Are we gonna do anything special for Pride or what?
Maybe we'll try to maybe we'll try to go to a Pride parade.
We should go to a gay club.
Well, there we go. Yes, we know people. I know somebody. We'll call people.
She's getting really excited.
I've never been to, I don't know, like.
I've never been
There
was one time when I was like probably 12 years old. That
Okay.
we went to San Francisco, and it just happened to fall on Gay Pride Parade, and it's like me, my mom, my stepdad, and my stepdad was like, "What the fuck did we just walk into?" And it's like just gay pride like all around, and it's like, oh my god, like closing my eyes, I was like so interested. I'm like, what is going on here? I was like preteen, like,
yeah, you're like, this looks fun.
I'm like, give me something, please. No, I was an only child. I wasn't that out there. I was like, yes, mother. until I was 15, and then I was like, no, mother, I'm not doing that.
It only took 3 years.
Yeah. Man, teenage girls are mean, though.
You know what? That's another thing we need to talk about. If you're a Gen Zer and would like to come on the podcast, please send us a DM. I guess the kids say it now.
Send us a DM.
Because
what's the difference between a DM and a PM?
A private message?
I know, but aren't they the same? Like, which one would you rather get?
For example, a direct message is obviously like in your inbox, right? But let's say you're on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I guess.
Wouldn't it be the same? It's technically still a private message or a direct message. Either way, you send it.
True.
Right?
I don't know. I'm not the one that comes up with the logistics.
Well, I see some people, it's like, I DM'd you and then I PM'd you, and I'm like, I don't know what to say.
I feel like the older generation says PM me, because I see it more on Facebook.
Probably.
Like, you know, on the Facebook Marketplace or the community garage sale, and they're like, I'm interested, or blah, 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 or PM'd whatever.
You. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like...
I'm just going to start saying, sent you a message. Or is that too long? I feel like that's too long for the new generation.
Yeah.
They're all about the acronyms and all this bullshit.
Yeah. My brother yesterday did that, like, the sheesh. Have you not seen? I still did not understand it.
What?
So you put your little fingers to your veins, and they go sheesh, because they got ice cold blood, something like that.
So if I was like sheesh to you, then you have ice cold veins?
I don't know. Okay, he went like that, and I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, I got ice cold blood, or I don't know. If someone could explain that to me, that would be great as well.
The fact that you thought that I knew that was great. I didn't even know about sheesh. Oh, okay. So, in conclusion, we're here for you.
We love you.
If you have any cool stories or just want to chit-chat, we want to connect with you. We want to be your friend, because we're lonely now that we don't live together. We need friends. And yeah, that's about it. Keep on going, sisters and brothers, and
she, theys, hays,
mothers and fathers, and whoever's listening to us.
Everybody.
Our mothers. Well, your mother.
My mother, yeah.
I don't think any. Fernanda.
I think one of my cousins listens to it, which kind of, if you're listening to this, I worry about you, because some of the stuff we talk about
is questionable.
It's questionable.
But also, you could probably learn a lot, because we've fucked up a lot.
I fucked up a lot.
And hopefully you learn from our mistakes and you don't just go out and do the same ones.
And hopefully you were taking notes. Because some stuff, has anything good
What?
Have I said anything?
Have you said anything good? Like, just ever in your life? Or, like, when? Like, on this specific podcast?
Yeah.
Like, today? Or just in general?
No, just, like, in general.
Yeah, you talk about good things.
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you think? You don't just talk about bad things.
I don't know. Obviously.
We talk about good things. I think this was a really, like, productive episode.
Yes.
For myself.
Yeah.
Really. Like, I just really needed this,
you needed
honestly.
This, yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't cry. I already cried before we even started talking about all of this stuff.
That's what we're here for, guys. You cry, we cry. Or if you need to scream, my mom likes to do that. Whatever way. She likes to go to, like, the lake sometimes. Which kind of worries me, her all by herself and shit. But
my sister does that too, and that's just like her relaxing place.
Yes. Does your sister scream?
I don't think she screams.
My mom screams.
But that would be an amazing thing to, like, be, like, on a walk or something, like, I don't know, with your dog, and then you just, like, hear this person go, like, ah!
And you're like, oh my God, they're getting murdered.
I would be like, come on, we gotta go check it out. And then she's, like, walking back to her car, and she's just, like, relieved, and you're like, what the hell?
Right.
Thought I was gonna,
I've literally been in the car with my mom driving past Grapevine Lake, that little back way. She, like, rolls down the window, and she's just like, ah! And I'm just, like, sitting in the passenger seat, like, what the fuck is happening? She's like, I feel so much better. As like, the wind is, like, whipping, like, through her hair, and I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna need therapy after this.
I mean, there you go. I'm gonna have to try that, because I think that would be very beneficial.
Yeah. Scream, cry, shout. I wanna scream and shout and let it all out. That's all we know.
That's gonna be the name of this episode right there.
Yes, that's a good one.
I know.
All right.
Oh my God.
All right, guys. Well, we're back. I hope you didn't miss us too much.
And if you did, don't worry, because we're gonna be recording a lot more. You're gonna see a lot more of our faces. We're going to be a lot more active on social media. So if you have any, questions or topics you want to talk about, let us know, and we'll do our best to be as informed as we possibly can on the topic that you want to talk about.
Yes.
And if you want to reach out to us, our Instagram is at basicallyadulting247. And then if you want to just email us, for whatever reason.
No, we're not basically adulting 24/7. We're basically adulting podcast.
Oh, you're right. We updated it.
Yep.
Okay, so scratch that. If you want to DM us on Instagram, it's basically adulting_podcast. Yes. And then our email is basically adulting247@gmail.com.
Yes.
So sorry for that confusion, but yeah.
Yeah, and we're also on Twitter.
Yeah, we're on Twitter.
So tweet at us.
We have TikTok, but we're not good at it yet. So just you be waiting for that. And once you see our TikTok, share that shit.
Sharing is what makes it go viral. Apparently.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. You share, we all share.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
All right, the pin says it's time to be cut off. All right, friends, stay wild out there. I just bought a journal that said that, so I just thought it was fitting.
Oh, well,
but
here, let's top you off so we can cheers.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. We love you.